Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Live from the firehouse in beautiful downtown North Manchester, it's Good Night with Christopher Blue. Put your hands together for your host, Christopher Blue.
Hello and welcome to Christopher Blue. Hi, I'm Christopher Blue, and today is Superhero Night. There is no Superhero Night complete without my superhero co-host, Reverb! It's okay. That's fine. Welcome to the show once again, Reverb. How are you doing?
I'm dandy, thank you.
Reverb, we spoke about litter patrols. You could probably bring that down. There you go. We spoke about litter patrols the other week, quite a few weeks ago probably. You can see it in the card if I actually remember to attach it to the card. I suck at that. Anyway, so today we're going to kind of talk about something similar, but a little different. Oh, hey, we got pins. I like the jack-o'-lanterns, by the way. I didn't appreciate them last night, but look good. Spooky month. Trick or trash. So trick or trash is something that I claim to have created the term or the phrase, the idea. It's probably not true. There's lots of ideas that people have that they think are original ideas, but someone else thought them up first. But trick or trash is something that I believe I came up with, where on Halloween night. Yeah, go on.
This actually doesn't have anything to do with the show.
Oh, good.
But you told me to stop talking about it, but I'm not. Like you said, people have thoughts that they believe are original, and then it turns out they are not. And I want to bring up a thing with one of my best friends. We were about 11 or 12 and decided that after high school we were going to get a nice car. And we were tired of watching things like Monster Quest and Destination Truth, where these people would go out and look for they'd spend a week looking for things that have eluded humanity for thousands of years, eluded technology for decades, and they believe they're going to find it in 7 days. Well, we decided, no, they never find anything. We're going to go there, and we're not leaving until we get some solid evidence. So we were going to go and look for those things. We were going to look for haunted places. And a few years later, there was this show about two brothers traveling back and forth, finding monsters and ghosts and everything in between. And I hated that show.
Well, that's why I proved that you were a fake fan, right? Yeah. Check the card. See for yourself.
Yeah, I was uninvited from school one day, and I decided I'm going to watch some TV. And whatever the show was, it had already started. It was about 5 or 10 minutes in, whatever. And it was so cool. And I decided to watch the rest of it, and after it ended, it said, "Don't go anywhere. Another episode of Supernatural starts right now." And I was so mad because I was hooked.
Well, before we get too far away from our topic,
I'm done.
Yeah, spooky month, Supernatural fits in there, I suppose. Trick or trash is something that I believe I came up with. And basically the concept is simple. On the night of Halloween, October 31st, for those of you who don't know, for whatever reason, different country. Not every country celebrates Halloween, I suppose. October 31st on Halloween, most kids are out trick-or-treating and throwing their candy wrappers on the ground. And trick or trash basically is just me with a trash bag walking around picking up candy wrappers and then other litter I may find.
And it differs a little from your usual litter pickups because unless you specifically selected a spot with lots of litter, most of the time you're kind of just walking around with a bag and unsure of what you're going to find. But for the trick or trash, you know exactly what you're looking for, and you know for sure that there's going to be some wrappers on the ground. Mm-hmm. So you know you're going to find something to clean up.
Yeah. So I'm kind of wanting to issue a challenge. I know it's only October 3rd when this episode comes out, but I want to challenge you guys to post your own trick or trash photos on Instagram. Use two hashtags so I can definitely find you. GNWCB, Good Night with Christopher Blue, yeah. And then hashtag trick or trash. I want to see pictures of you guys walking around with trash bags, picking up candy wrappers on Halloween. So we will be looking for that on October 31st. And then, we will try to maybe make mention of it on our other socials as well. So, but trick or trash, like you said, it is different with all of its similarities because you know what you're looking for. But the safety precautions are the same. Make sure you're wearing gloves. Make sure. See, here's the thing too. It's kind of funny. We when we talked about litter patrols, we spoke about hidden needles, and a lot of times with Halloween candy, there's this scare about hidden razor blades, hidden needles, and things. Which I don't know if that is just a scary story that gets told every year, or if that's something people actually do.
It has actually been reported a few times, not as much as parents claim it to be, but in all honesty, it just. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your superpowers finally kicked in, screeching like a.
Okay. But yeah, it just takes one candy bar to have a needle or razor blade for all parents to worry about their kids.
So first off, don't do that, people. That's stupid. It's not funny.
It isn't.
Stop trying to hurt people.
Especially children.
And parents, you're smart. Check your kids' candy.
Yep. We were not allowed to eat any of our candy until we got home, and one by one, our parents would have us spill it all on the floor, and they'd go through each and individual one. If it looked like the candy wrapper had been opened and then resealed, that was trashed. If it looked a little different or miscolored from other ones, that was trashed. If there was a tiny little hole in it, that was trashed. But thankfully, we got better technology these days. We can. There's no X-rays for home things.
No, but I mean,
like
I suppose,
an airport kind of X-ray thing.
I suppose
a metal detector.
I was gonna say if you really wanted to, there's little metal detectors and stuff. But back to trick or trash. I know I've filled up, a good sized trash bag just on trick or trash alone, and personally, I try to do it every year. It doesn't happen. Life gets in the way sometimes. But trick or trash is one of those traditions that I really try to do every year. I know you've been on at least one trick or trash with me that I can remember.
I think so, yeah, because there was a time I was living with you, and I think it was during a Halloween time.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain we've been on trick or trash together. Other than that, have you practiced trick or trash on your own?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of times I do go in uniform to do it. Other times, like you said, life gets in the way. And sometimes I would just decide to walk home from work instead of a ride or a walk or a bus.
What?
I don't know why I said I would walk instead of walk. But yeah, instead of riding or busing, I would walk, and it would make it easier for me to just scan the ground as I went home. And depending on how late it was, I'd go back out. But it was usually when I'd be stuck at work until 8, 9, or 10. And so by the time I got home, it was between 11 to 1 in the morning.
Late nights for sure, yeah. And that's another thing that's different than normal litter patrols, and I can't believe I just thought of it now. When you're doing trick or trash, no one is stopping you to ask you what the heck are you doing. No one is stopping you to ask for pictures. No one is really... No one even realizes you're there for once, even when you're in uniform, because everyone's wearing something. So that is a huge difference between regular litter patrols and trick or trash.
It does make it a little, I don't know if irritating is the right word, but you wear your uniform all year long, and then you wear your uniform once in October before Halloween, and someone is going to say, "It's not Halloween yet, bro."
Or the reverse after Halloween, just after
Halloween's
over. Yeah. That is a little bit of an annoyance with dressing up and Halloween and all that. I will say, during trick or trash, I've had this many times where I'm doing my thing, I'm picking up litter, and parents will see me and say, "Hey, adults get candy too," and I'm like, "No, this isn't candy. I'm picking up trash." And so, I guess that way I do get to spread the message a little bit and still use superheroing for good and getting the message out. So, yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to say about trick or trash?
I was just saying, I remember, I think I was 23 or 24, and I went trick-or-treating.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kids in high school and stuff, kids are tall these days, so now,
so hold on. You didn't go trick-or-treating as an adult, you went trick-or-treating posing as a child.
I don't know if I want to say posing as a child. I want to say mixing in.
Gotcha.
Because if that 14-year-old is, or 14 or 15-year-old is 5'5", I'm only a little taller, so...
Right. Well, that's another thing, too. I mean, don't discriminate when giving out candy, because, you don't know if, you don't know who that person is trying to get candy. Maybe they're getting candy for a kid who's too shy to come. You never know. So don't discriminate. Give candy to everybody. Have a good time. But pick up your trash.
I'm in late 20s, early 30s. Bro wants a Snickers bar.
Well, with that, that's our show. Thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. Don't forget to ring that bell so you get notified whenever we upload new content. Until next time, good night, my sweet baby angels. I'll see you tomorrow.